Running back has been a huge talking point for the Bengals this offseason, and a recently released veteran makes sense right here in Cincinnati. Let's get to that and more right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and buckle up because mandatory minicamp, well, it is here. Starting on Tuesday, we will be down there covering Joe Burrow, covering all things Bengals offensive line and more, which is exactly why you should subscribe and hit that bell, ring the bell, because, well, you get the notifications for when Joe Burrow speaks or Zach Taylor speaks or all of our locker room interviews that we're going to have this week. And look, there's been a lot of conversation about Joe Mixon's future. We had Joe Mixon on the channel. Please check out Elise Jesse's one-on-one if you haven't yet with Joe Mixon. And we had him on last week. So there's been a lot of debate and discussion about it. But regardless, I think running back, there's been so much talk also about like right tackle and Mixon's future. But running back, there's a question mark behind Joe Mixon. Because even if you keep Joe Mixon, guess what the Bengals didn't do? They didn't replace Samaje Perine. And that's why when I saw that James Robinson was released by the Patriots on Monday, well, no, I didn't think, oh, well, that can be Joe Mixon's replacement this year. Not at all. But I did look at it and say, oh, should they claim him? And the answer, after doing some research, after looking at James Robinson's contract, is 100% absolutely yes. James Robinson is the exact type of flyer a team like the Bengals should take for a few reasons. The first of which, pretty simple to me. And he's 24 years old, has been extremely productive, averaged 4.5 yards per carry in his first two seasons, 2020 and 2021, after signing with the Jags as an undrafted free agent, averaged over 7 yards per catch. I know you're thinking, oh, well, how is he as a pass blocker? He did it a decent amount as a rookie, and I think he's shown development in that area, shown that he can grow in that area and be a competent pass blocker. He's a solid pass catcher. But what he would give the Bengals is another proven runner and someone behind Joe Mixon that if he's healthy could, in Robinson, if Robinson's healthy, and more on that in a second, could give the Bengals depth at a position that is certainly a question mark, I would say, going into today's mini camp, certainly going into training camp if they don't add anyone else. And let's get into Robinson. Last year, he had his worst year of his career. It played for the Jags and for the Jets, 11 games total, and he was coming off of a torn Achilles. And I think that's the part of this where you look at the contract the Patriots gave him, 2 years, $4 million, $0 guaranteed, zero. So they should absolutely be on him because guess what? If you claim him today, and he is subject to waivers on Tuesday, we'll know by Tuesday around 4 p.m. if he was claimed at all. But if you claim him, you take on that contract, but guess what? There's no guaranteed money. So have him undergo a physical, see if he's healthy, see if it's if he is healthy and passes the physical, you bring him in, and then you see if he's a fit, if he's still got something left, if he's still got anything left in a young enough body. I mean, he's going to be 25 in August, but you're talking about a guy who ran for 1,070 yards and 10 touchdowns as a rookie in 2020, averaged 4.7 yards a carry in Urban Meyer's wacky offense in 2021. And we all saw how weird and awkward and whatever else you want to call it was during the Urban Meyer run in Jacksonville. And then he suffered a torn Achilles at the end of the year. But overall, you're talking about a productive running back and someone that's shown he can do it in this league. And those are the type of flyers, no guaranteed money. It's not like there's a risk here for the Bengals. There is no risk. Team-friendly contract. And the other part of this that I thought was interesting, when I was doing the research, Mike Reese of ESPN reporting that contract-wise, there's multiple different protections in there, including, and I want to read it exact, included injury waivers and split salaries to protect the team if Robinson landed on injured reserve. So let's say he gets hurt again. Well, they're protected. I think that this is there's plenty of appeal, I would say. Now, the Bengals may pop on the film and say, we're good. They may already have some intel that says we don't need to bring him in. He's not healthy enough, all of those things. But there's no risk. Like I said, no guaranteed money. You could take a look at him. And the reward is pretty simple. You're talking about a running back that has been productive in this league for 2 straight years before last season where things derailed. And he still ran for over 400 yards last year on two different teams. But where things didn't go as planned. And if it works out, you have a guy $2 million per year. You know, he can be someone that can not only help you this year, but maybe next year as well. And so it's something I would consider, these type of moves. It's why I like the Sidney Jones move so much, because it's a low risk type of move. When they signed Terrell Basham in free agency, those little moves that go under the radar, they can end up paying off because they give you more depth. And I don't think Robinson would be a huge contributor on paper if everybody's healthy in that running back room. But there's a chance, and it's more likely than not, especially at running back, that isn't the case all season long. So to me, it couldn't hurt. We'll see if the Bengals do it, and we are going to have you covered all mini camp long, all week long, right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Today's video brought to you by Rivertown Inkery, rivertowninkery.com. Doug and his crew produce the best gear. You got to check them out at rivertowninkery.com. And they have 2 locations, the Findlay Market location, which is new, and their Hyde Park location. I got to get to the Findlay Market one. But if you're out of the area or you don't have time to go in person, check out rivertowninkery.com. James Robinson, what a get it would be. Over 2,200 career rushing yards, not even 25 years old yet, and no guaranteed money. That's the type of deal I would want if I'm a contending team looking for some running back help. And I think it's fair to say that the Bengals should be at least open to adding a running back between now and the start of the season. So we'll see if they do it, but make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and buckle up. Because like I said, mandatory minicamp is here. Maybe we'll hear from Jonah Williams. If so, CBT is the place to come. So until next time, for Andrew Fox-Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now on CBT, Cincinnati Bengals Talk.